Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at 3 true first day on the job horror stories. So for those of you who are new here, I collect and share scary stories from all over the internet. So if you like that kind of thing, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Also, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been subscribed and commenting on the videos. It really means a lot to me, and it inspires me to keep making more videos. Anyway, let's get right into the video, shall we? 3. The new girl. I was an 18-year-old woman starting my first job in retail. My dad drove me to work because I wasn't able to drive yet, as he dropped me off. I began walking towards the entrance and I noticed a girl around my age sitting on the curb across the street. She was crying and I asked my dad if we should go check on her. He said, "No, probably just another runaway. There's been a lot of them lately." I shrugged and went inside. The store was small, and the only other employee was a middle-aged man who appeared to be the manager. I clocked in, and he showed me where to put on the uniform, which consisted of a white button-up and black pants. After I got changed, he gave me some basic instructions and told me to start stocking shelves. While I was working, I kept glancing at the girl outside. She was still sitting there crying. After about an hour, I couldn't take it anymore. I told the manager I needed to take a break, and I went outside to talk to her. I asked if she was okay, and if she needed help. She looked up at me with puffy eyes and asked if I could buy her a pack of cigarettes. I said that I didn't have any money, and she told me that it was fine. She pulled out a crumpled 20 and handed it to me. I felt bad, but I also thought it was weird that she wanted a cigarette so badly. I went back inside without buying her anything, and I tried to explain to the manager that there was a girl outside who looked like she needed help. He just rolled his eyes and told me to ignore her. I went back outside, but this time I brought my phone so I could call the police. While I was waiting for them, the girl approached me and asked if I bought her a cigarette. I told her that I didn't, and she began to cry again. I felt bad, but I also felt annoyed. Why couldn't she just ask a random guy instead of me? When the police arrived, they asked the girl if she was okay, and she told them that she was just having a bad day. They asked me if I wanted to press charges for trespassing, but I refused. And then I went back to work. After I finished my shift, my dad picked me up and I told him about the girl. He just nodded and said that it was typical. The next day when I clocked in, the manager informed me that we had a new employee, Tiffany, who would be training me. And when I turned around, there was the girl from yesterday wearing the same uniform. She smiled at me and said, "Hi, I'm Tiffany, number 2, working with the mob." My first day working for a moving company. I was sent out with an experienced worker named Tony to learn the ropes. Everything seemed fine until we arrived at the 3rd floor of our client's apartment building. There were 2 burly men waiting in the hallway. Tony introduced them as friends of his, who were helping us out with the move. Okay, I thought, getting a little creeped out by their appearance. As we made our way down the hall, one of them reached into his pocket and pulled out a wad of cash. "Here's $200 for your trouble," he said. "What?" I asked, taken aback. "We're not even done and I don't want any money," he insisted, but I refused. He looked disappointed, but he eventually agreed to wait until we finished the job. As we entered the apartment, I noticed a few things. 1. The front door was steel reinforced. 2. The apartment was filled with expensive artwork. And 3. There was a full bar set up in the corner. Tony explained that this was the boss's apartment and that we had to be careful not to damage anything. As we were finishing up, I heard a loud knock on the door. Tony immediately tensed up and whispered to me, "That's him." He then told me to stay out of sight as he went to open the door. I hid behind a bookshelf while he spoke to the man outside. Every so often, he would glance back at me with a worried expression on his face. After what felt like an eternity, Tony came back and told me that he was going to quit and that I should do the same. He explained that the boss was a made man and that if he found out that I was there, I wouldn't make it out alive. Tony slipped me the $200 and told me to run as fast as I could once I saw the boss. As soon as he left, I grabbed my stuff and ran. To this day, I have no idea who that man was or what he did. But I can honestly say that I have never been so scared in my life. And finally, no. 1. My first day. I started my first job a few weeks after I turned 16. I remember being excited and nervous on my first day. I drove myself to work and parked in the parking lot. As I got out of my car, I noticed a trail of oil leading from under my car to the sewer drain. I panicked. What if I damaged the city's property? I quickly covered it with leaves and hoped that no one would notice. Little did I know that my boss would be the one to find it. His name was Mr. Williams, and he was the owner of the auto repair shop. He was a big, burly man with greasy hair and a thick mustache. When he saw the oil stain, he called me over and began yelling at me. I tried to explain that it was my first day and I didn't mean to cause any damage, but he wouldn't have it. He fired me on the spot and told me to clean up the mess. To make matters worse, he told me that I had to do it during my break and after work. I spent my entire lunch break scraping oil off the concrete. When I clocked in for my afternoon shift, Mr. Williams told me to go straight to work. I ended up spending 12 hours cleaning the parking lot, and that's the end of part 3 of this series. So, I hope you enjoyed these stories. If you did, then leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to all the subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And it inspires me to keep making more videos. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!